Hey, it looks like I'm live. And you know who I am. This is Sandy Rask, and it's Monday night. So we have our Choose Love moments. I just want to give it a second and make sure, because I'm doing this through StreamYard, so make sure that I can get people into the broadcast, that it's going to the right place. And we're just going to give it a moment to dial. I love our Monday moments, and we have a we not only have our regular guest, but we have a very special guest on top of this. Truly, truly one of my favorite people in the whole world. So we remember last week we had, hey, Week, so nice to see you. Hey, Marta, so nice to see you as well. Remember last week we had Miss Scarlett Lewis, which was phenomenal. She is a force to be reckoned with, and truly doing some amazing work out there. Hey, Joan, so nice to see you. Nicole, so great to have you in the house with us. Thank you. I know that Monday night is not always the easiest to get here, so I appreciate all of you coming in. So we have tonight, we not only have Doug tonight, but we'll have Doug eventually. Doug actually is finishing up some work. But what we have tonight for you is his beautiful wife, Kim. Since we had such great reaction to Scarlett last week, we thought it would be really great to have Kim come on with us. Hey, Sarah, I'm so glad you made it in. This is great. So glad to have you. And I got your message, so I will resend the email after I'm done here. Okay, I want to make sure that you've got that. I did want to show you some things from last night because we ended and I didn't get to show you everything. Now, interestingly, I had overnight oats set up. I was going to show you how beautiful those dark beet oats looked, and of course, I had a boy eat them before I got a chance to tell him that they weren't supposed to eat them today. So I don't have any overnight oats to show you. But what I wanted to do was show you again. These were the meatballs we made last night, or meatloaves. Well, I wanted to pull these out again so you could see. I did some calculating just so that I could tell you about these. These were so good. My boys actually said that they would have put more broccoli in them, and these were already 50% broccoli. So it's kind of cool where their palate is headed. I was able to, with those 2 pounds of ground chicken and the several cups of riced broccoli, I was able to make 16 of these, which roughly comes out to about a quarter cup serving of broccoli and a 2-ounce serving of meat, which is pretty nice. I think that's a pretty kind of perfect serving. And we had it with a couple of those little baby sweet potatoes, which was beautiful with it. Then I wanted to show you, this is how much granola came off of that one pan. So this was I think I started with 4 cups of oats. Now, some of them went to the overnight oats. So this is probably, just a little bit less than 3 cups of oats and a little less than 1.5 cups of the nuts and the seeds and the coconut. But this is so good. It's not very sweet, so it's perfect if you wanted something to top on something savory like like a salad. And then I got a request from a member who thought that this with my faux caramel might make a cool sort of ball. I think if we add maybe some nut butters to it, so I'm going to play around and see if I can't come up with some energy balls for you with really good ingredients in them. So that's it for my update. So let me, with no further ado, I'm going to bring on my dear friend, Miss Kim Harrison. Give her a big round of applause. Yay! How are you tonight, Kim?
I'm great. Thank you. This is so fun. I'm usually watching you guys downstairs and
typing notes. That is awesome. Well, you know what would be super cool, Kim, is if you could give us a little background, like if you don't mind, any part of it that you want to share. What's your connection to Sandy Hook, to Scarlett Lewis, to the Choose Love Foundation? Anything you want to share would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So Doug and I lived in Newtown for over 20 years, and we were there, unfortunately, during the tragedy. We didn't know anyone personally that was affected, but we knew people that were in the building. And as an educator myself and being a mom, you know, it was certainly really hard on just so many levels.
Yeah.
And I followed all of the stories from each of the families, and I was very moved by some of the tributes that they did. But when I read Scarlett's story and I heard about Jesse and his courage and nurturing, healing love, that message on the chalkboard, it just gave me, you know, like goosebumps galore.
Wow.
So I ended up meeting Scarlett by accident just in the grocery store. And I said,
Really?
I know you started this movement and we're moving to San Diego, but I really want to help you. And she's like, okay. You know, I wasn't sure if she was going to hear from me again, but, you know, I knew that I wanted to use my education and my counseling background and do something with this amazing movement, and particularly with students.
Yeah.
So I became an ambassador and helped onboard some schools doing it. But right before the pandemic hit, my partner Lisa and I were kind of volunteered in to revise the curriculums for pre-K 5. So it was so rewarding and great to really kind of get into the formula and really understand it more, because I didn't have the privilege of teaching it yet, although my friend Lisa did. So I really learned a lot, and I learned that this really is a practice.
Yeah.
And I'm still practicing a lot. And, you know, I need these daily reminders. So just doing this today is a great reminder for me. So.
Oh my gosh. Well, can you tell it? And that's a great background. Thank you. Because we know, you know, Doug is the chairman of the foundation. You know, he gets all the glory and people know him, but, you know, not always from the background do they know how involved that you are. Like you run basically Southern California for Choose Love. Yeah,
I mean, we're really happy now that within, I think it's 5 years, 6 years at the most, that we're reaching over 2 million kids, and it is in every state in over 100 countries. And it's because it's so powerful. And the great thing is it's no cost, because we don't want this to not be in the hands of any child. Everyone needs it. And then what's even better is that teachers are saying to us, this is the best professional development we've ever had. And it's not like we're doing a training. They're learning right along with the kids. And they're saying that this is changing their lives at home. It's changing their culture in their classroom, in their school, in their community. And it kind of creates the ripple effect. So the stories that we have, the testimonials are unbelievable. So it's really rewarding. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, can you tell, because I know that everyone that's here is connected to somebody who's in a school, you know, somewhere around the world. We've a lot of members that are from the US, but we have a lot abroad as well. Yeah. So can you give us an idea? Like, I know SEL or social and emotional learning, but like, what do the activities look like? Like, what are the kids and the teachers doing? Like, they're getting it for free. I can't believe that. But what does that actually mean? You know?
Right. Well, I mean, and the great thing is if you're not connected to a school, that there's Choose Love at Home, and there's now Choose Love in communities, and now there's looking into Choose Love for work, because the formula is so successful. So basically what we are doing is we're helping students and adults learn to understand and manage their emotions, because we know that when we have that ability, we can make better decisions and we can thoughtfully respond. And we have, if you heard Scarlett last week, so many issues and problems in our world right now, everything from loneliness to drugs and alcohol, not to mention all the civil unrest and all the other issues that we have. So we proactively kind of prevent the issues before they even start by this powerful formula. So we have little preschoolers that understand why they're reacting that way. They understand which part of their brain is actually in control. And I got a little bit of that, and all the way up through, you know, where we have states like New Hampshire and Hawaii, where the majority of the schools are doing Choose Love, and they're really sort of big models. So It's exciting. There's a lot to it. And I guess I'll end on that. This part of describing it is that it's based in 30 years of neuroscience research. So this is all kind of science-based. This is not a little kindness program that we do.
Yeah.
It's not so soft. It's all based in science. So, when we present this to schools and even high school, science teachers are like, they're a little skeptical, and then they're reading it. They're like, this is great, because this is what I love. So it's super easy to teach because educators wrote it. It's easy to learn. It's flexible. And again, it's no cost. So, but it's things that we can do in our everyday lives that I'll show you a couple little things today that you can put, we put it in our tool belt, and we can take it out when we need it, because we always need it.
Right? And sometimes you need multiple.
Yes, and we're not born with these skills and tools. They have to be taught and they have to be practiced. So.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to choose love. I'm choosing love. I'm choosing.
Not always easy.
All right. So should we start with some breathing?
Well, yeah, you know what I thought about, as Doug said to me, would you mind doing this a few hours ago?
Yeah.
I said, sure. So I thought about today's really important because it's Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. And since we talk about the formula, if you were on last week and you heard Scarlett, our formula for choosing love, it starts with courage. So we're going to talk about courage today, but the formula, just to let you know, is courage plus gratitude plus forgiveness plus compassion and action is choosing love. So that is the entire formula. And I looked up the quote from Dr. Martin Luther King, and he said, courage is the inner resolution to go forward despite obstacles. And that's what we're doing. And I think one thing that I learned from Scarlett is that even though Jesse showed tremendous courage and Dr. King showed tremendous courage, in our lives, we have to recognize the small things of courage that we do. So there's another quote that says, courage doesn't always have to be a roar. It might just be at the end of the day when you say to yourself, I'm going to try again tomorrow. So, it's also, it doesn't mean that you're this amazing guru, but there are tiny things that you can do, kind of like what you do in Food 2.5. There are tiny tweaks that actually really add up and they make a difference. So that's how I thought we would start. So with courage, it starts with courage because everything starts with courage. Some days you don't even want to get out of bed. So if you start with courage, it basically kind of just creates the opening for everything to happen, right? And from there you can go into gratitude, where gratitude, even though you're having, the worst day ever, you can always have something to be grateful for. Otherwise you're stuck, and from that you can go on to forgiveness, and that just kind of frees us. Like Scarlett talked about how she felt like she was just dragging the shooter along with her. And that forgiveness piece is so important because it's really a gift we give ourselves. And then compassion and action, that's kind of the ripple effect that changes our whole world. So I did think that we would do some, I call them brave breaths. Doug was doing them, but we can even call them gratitude breaths or forgiveness breaths or whatever. So I will go ahead and do it with you. You guys already know it, but I would say this is one of the tools in your toolbox. We say this to the kids that, when you're feeling like you're about to take a test, or you're about to go on a Zoom call, or you're about to do a job interview, if you're feeling nervous, you can do this, and it actually physically changes things in your body to help you. So put one hand on your heart and one on your belly, and we will do a breath. And what we tell the kids before we do the breath in is we're like, pretend you're smelling something really good. So I'm thinking, pretend you're smelling one of Sandy's delicious Food 2.5 dishes, or maybe one of your own that we've just created. So we're going to take a deep breath in, and our belly's going to exhale, go out. Ready? We'll hold it for 4 seconds. And exhale. When you exhale, we tell the kids like you're blowing out some candles. So do a good exhale. And we can take that again, that breath in, belly out. Exhale. One more time. Deep breath in. And exhale. So that just kind of gets the kids are so good. It does settle them down right away, and you can just do that at any point. So that's really a great thing. Another tool that you can use is
Yeah.
we teach the kids, and actually, there's all this science based on this. Is we teach them a brave pose. So whatever position you think you're going to do, like before a job interview, some people are like hunched up and looking at their notes and whatever, and other people might be in the restroom like doing this brave pose, like, yes, I can do it, because it actually changes the chemistry in your body. It seems silly,
Really?
and it does. So what this does, if you practice this, and whatever your brave pose is, I mean, kids have all different positions, so you can create your own brave pose. I mean, some kids are going like this, and it's cute. In the classroom, the teacher will take a picture, and in the middle of the test, they can look up and they can see the picture of their brave pose, and it can remind them.
Yeah.
But what it does is that it decreases the cortisol in your body, and it increases the testosterone, because that's we're going to go get them and win. So creating a brave pose can also be a tool to help you build more courage, because it's like a muscle. You have to build that up. So you can do this with your family, because it's kind of fun. It's like, okay, your spouse says, oh, I've got this big meeting, da da da. Okay, do your brave breaths and do your brave pose, and you can do it around the dinner table. You can talk about it. So definitely some things that you can do are those two things. So another thing I just wanted to say is, maybe if we could have people type in, just to get them back to the formula, things in your life right now that you feel that you're doing well with courage, that you're showing courage in. And it can be, I have courage because I joined Food 2.5, because that's going to be an exciting thing for me, and I'm not sure I can do it, but I have courage. Or it can be something personal. So anybody that wants to type that in, that's fine. It's just kind of to get you to think about where you have courage right now in your life, and then after you do that, you can do how you have some gratitude right now. And even when it is your worst day, there's always something to be grateful for. So those are just things that you can kind of think about as you go.
While they're commenting, I'll tell you, one of my birthdays was the very first live I ever did.
Yeah. Good.
And then it was very early on when I came down and did the live in your kitchen.
Yeah.
And it was so powerful having you do it with me. So I loved that.
Oh, it was so great. Well, and I have such gratitude because you are doing this. This is giving me so many good creative ideas that are getting me out of my box, with recipes and spices that I would have not tried. So I have gratitude for that. And forgiveness. Okay, I can forgive myself, because sometimes I don't eat always the right proper portions and things like that. So I can, again, tiny tweak, I can forgive myself and say, I'll do it tomorrow. So
exactly. So let's see, hang on. I got some people, so I'm going to go ahead and put them up on the screen. So Lisa has courage to get up every day and teach music to 4 different schools. Oh my goodness.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's a lot of courage. I love music teachers, by the way. I have a mother who's as well. Let's see. Sharon is taking courses in real estate. I love that. Marta, what a beautiful one. Has courage in asking to help and transforming her life.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm going to put this one up.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks, Donna. That's awesome.
Andy is the bomb.
You're the best. You're the best. I'm watching Facebook too, because sometimes the comments don't
pop in. Yeah. And like I said, forgiveness, I had to forgive myself for, not having the perfect meal last night, and and then compassion in action is just let's see, I had a friend who actually had COVID, so I made her some soup and I brought it over to her, and she was really grateful, except for then she told me I couldn't taste it or smell it.
That's right.
On COVID.
That's right. Love made it all the way through. You know,
Yeah,
it
is. So it's just a way for you all to sort of recognize the formula and how that is choosing love. The other thing I can show you is that what we show the kids, and you can share this with your family or on your next Zoom call. I didn't know this until I learned it, but this is the hand model of the brain. So I want to make sure I'm like on the screen here. So this is your brain, and your wrist is your brain stem. So this part is your reptilian brain. So this is the part where you have your breathing and your heart rate and things like that. And that is just always going. And then this part of your brain, this thumb, is your amygdala. And this is the part, it's your mammalian brain that is in control of your emotions. And this is the part where sometimes we get into trouble. It's the part that it's responsible for sensing danger. So it kind of puts us on the alert. And then when your fingers fold down, we teach this to the kid, this is your prefrontal cortex. So that's the front part of your brain where we always want to get to. We always want to get our emotions to get to the prefrontal cortex so that we're able to make rational decisions and do the right thing. So what happens when the amygdala is feeling a lot of fear and emotion, high different, any kinds of emotions, what can happen is that you separate from your top part of your brain and you flip your lid. So it's a real way to keep your rational mind here. It's important that you don't let the amygdala take over. You got to get the message to the prefrontal cortex so you can do that. So that's kind of a fun little hand model that we do with the students. And trust me, even a little kindergartner will say, so what happened in that? And they're like, we say, we have different names for each one. The little kindergartner will say, basically, in his own words, yeah, the amygdala was in control when I hit Johnny. I'm sorry.
Flip my lid.
We teach them how to then go about what do you do after that, but they know exactly what part of their brain is in control, which is really powerful.
That's amazing. And they're bringing it home to their parents then too, which is fabulous.
Exactly. So basically, you can work on, for courage, you can work on your brave breaths. You can come up with a creative brave pose for everybody in your family, and you can have fun with that. You can teach the hand model and learn about that. And that's another thing you can do. And the other thing I think that is important to do, and you can even do this when you're doing the brave breath, is you can sort of think or say some affirmations, because affirmations really do help us in achieving our goals, no matter what they are. And at first I thought, this is a little bit corny, but it actually does really work. It really does. So you always have that.
Like?
Pardon?
Like, what affirmations do you like? Like, what are you telling yourself?
Well, that's what I was going to have us type in too. For courage, if I don't think I can do something, because I've got this negative bias chirping in my ear saying, you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to succeed. Why bother? No matter what it is, we all have that negative bias because that's how we're wired. So what you have to do with an affirmation, the affirmation literally tells that little negative bias over here, I got this. You need to be quiet. It's just a way to kind of, get that aside and then center your mind. So I think some good affirmations are, I choose positive thoughts over negative thoughts. I choose to be grateful. I choose to be courageous in facing this difficult situation, which is X, Y, and Z. So I think if you put all of these things together, as we say to the kids, they are some tools in your tool belt. And these tiny tweaks really do make big changes. And that's how I think of Food 2.5, like I said. it is the tiny tweaks, right? But
Yeah.
that's what happens, and that's how you transform. You don't overnight become, you know, a guru of this or that. It's tiny steps, and I think that one thing that the teachers are saying is that they didn't realize that they should be having some self-forgiveness and some self-compassion. So that's something that's coming out in the adults a little bit more.
Yeah.
They're really good at forgiveness. Adults, maybe not so much, but this whole idea of, you know, personal forgiveness and some compassion for ourselves, I think that goes along with Food 2.5 as well. So I think that's kind of the heart of it, is this center of love. So yeah, those basically are some things to hopefully get you going. And if you feel like you would like to think about, if you want to think about your week coming up, if you want to think about anticipating some things that might be challenging for you, maybe you want to share them in the chat. Maybe you just want to think about them, but then think about some of these tools that you have that maybe you can incorporate. And, you know, we can check in and see how that works or how it didn't work, but it will work, and it is a practice, and it's just the beginning, because after courage, you know, comes gratitude. But I did think that would be a good way to start today, because in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King, and we all could use courage in these crazy, crazy times. So, you know.
Oh my God. I have a positive affirmation I've been saying for years that I didn't even realize, like, that's what it was I was doing. And whenever I'm faced with something new or something I'm worried about, or a situation where I'm not feeling totally prepared, the one that's in my head is always, we can do this. We can do this. You know, and it's like, it's just constant. And somehow it feels better. And I realize, I think it's because I'm not saying I'm going to do that. It's like, no, we got this, you know, and it feels like there's more than just me, you know?
Yeah. Yes. The collective. We got this. Oh, I love that.
It might just be my multiple personalities, but it's all, you know, there's a we.
I love it. There's power in numbers, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if I'm seeing it. Let's see. I choose courage over comfort is my mantra. Oh, thank you,
that's
Sarah.
Really great. Wow. Thanks, Sarah.
That's very sweet. I love that one. Let's see.
Oh, you know what? When I was doing the hand model, I think I forgot. So what you don't want to do is flip your lid, right?
I love that. I heard you say that. That was great.
I didn't know if I said that or not. So, because then your brain is separated, and you don't want to do that. You want to get the emotions to the prefrontal cortex, so you can properly respond.
I'm going to be like, I'm not going to hit you. Look at, I don't want you to flip your lid. Now that they're all taller than me, right?
That space between stimulus and response, right? That's really kind of what it is.
Exactly. Okay, I'm looking to see if there's anyone who's got, I think they're all thinking about their positive outcomes. Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just to continue to kind of think about that, and just to give you a little bit, you can always go on the website and find out more, because it is pre-K to age or grade 12. But again, there's, you know, a 5th grade lesson could work for anybody.
Can they get a lesson off of the website? Can they literally download a lesson?
They can download any grade level they want. We started with Brave New World, which was meeting kids and teachers where they are at, whether coming into this crazy world, whether they're virtual learning or they're hybrid, and to deal with the anxiety, because that's the #1 issue that kids are facing. The vast majority, it's anxiety. And we just, in COVID, that just went through the roof.
Yeah.
Not for just students, but also for teachers. So we're meeting them right where they're at, and we're calming them down and getting them ready to learn, because you can't learn if you're frightened.
It's true.
Learn if you're scared, if you can't, you know. So to understand your emotions and to go forward in that way sets you up. Otherwise, you can't get out of the box. Right.
Oh my goodness, no. So I know that a lot of our members have kids at home that are learning, or grandkids that they're watching, because because it is such a crazy world right now. And, and some parents have had to go back to work and their kids are not. So, so it's great that they can download that lesson. Is that on the JessieLewisChooseLove.org website?
Yeah. Yep. And you don't have to be a teacher to do it. It's so easy. It's digital. You can just pull up the lesson, skim it over, read it. It's so easy. We made it that way because we wanted to be universal. So,
well, when you have an elite educator and counselor at the head of curriculum, you do well. Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Very happy for you, because I know I know how much work went into that. It was
a labor of love, and like I said, I'm still learning from it. So,
oh wait, I love this one. Hang on, this is Shanna, and Shanna reads stories to elementary school kids online.
Oh, yay!
It's a beautiful site, and you should see her reading stories. So,
I would love to check that out.
Yeah.
There is, Shauna, there is literature we put into the pre-K-5, really thoughtfully chose amazing literature that's already included in the lessons, which really is so important to talk about diversity and inclusion and so many other things. So I'm a literature, guru in the I love kids books. So I hope that you can check it out, and I'd love to see your site as well.
I will send you her site. Let's see if I can figure out how to create a banner. I'm going to go ahead and put, let's see, create a banner. Oh my gosh, a new skill, www.JessieLewis, or is it ChooseLoveMovement.org?
ChooseLoveMovement.org. Yeah, sorry.
Thinking about the website address. Okay, ChooseLoveMovement.org. Okay, let's see if.
Look at you.
I know.
Damn.
There you go, guys. That's where you find it. And then you look for the elementary education, and you'll see Kim up there. Kim is Southern California Ambassador. And there's another title, I'm sure of it, and I'm missing it.
No, that's fine. That's good enough. Yeah. And it's great stuff, and it's changing lives, and it's changing the world. So check it out.
Love it. Yeah. Love it. All right. Well, do you have any parting words for us that you'd like to share? Anything to sum up Martin Luther King or choosing love in your life?
I would just say what Scarlett usually says is we can't always choose what happens to us, but we can choose how we thoughtfully respond, and we can do that with love. So,
I love that. Wow. I have extreme gratitude that at the very last moment, you came on and were such an incredible guest for us. I very much appreciate you.
I love your community, and I love seeing all your shows and all the fans and the members. They're all great. I love their comments. So I'm learning right along with everybody.
I love this. If it weren't COVID, I would be in your kitchen cooking again.
So miss that.
You guys have to know this entire idea was hatched in Kim and Doug's kitchen. I don't even think I could count how many times I came down and just camped myself. So many times that they named their guest bedroom Sandy's room.
Yeah, look at all the great food we got. You were treating us, so thank you.
It was fabulous. It was fabulous. Well, I think I want to close this out with some ohms.
Yeah,
so
you go ahead.
Mind doing that with me, Kim? We'll do a few ohms and then just gently let everyone go on their way on this Martin Luther King holiday.
Absolutely.
All right. Beautiful. All right. Just deep breath in, and when you're ready. Another one. I feel so wonderful. All right. Yeah, love you, Kim. Love you,
Sandy. Thank you. That was so fun.
Fabulous. Have a beautiful night, and thank you for coming on. Come back anytime, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Have a good night. You too. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.